Can your favorite team win the 2026 MLB World Series? Whether you want to talk about the CBA or not, or how much money your team spends, or whether your roster is just straight up good enough, that's what me and James are going to debate today, whether or not your favorite team can actually win the World Series. Before we get going into it, make sure you guys are subscribed to the Windup over here on YouTube so you don't miss out on any of the baseball content. Big shout out to all our members who get access to the videos early. And if you're listening to us, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, drops a ring, drops a review. Links in description. You can subscribe by clicking there too for the audio side. We do appreciate you guys. All right, James, who do we want to start with? Dodgers?
No, not the Dodgers. I mean, Dodgers. Yes, they can.
Yes,
okay,
they can.
On.
All right, cool. Done with them.
Cool. Let's start with more of a banger. You want to start Brewers?
Let's go Brewers.
I think that's the biggest debate right now. The Milwaukee Brewers on a bit of a skid, just got swept in San Diego to start this week. I don't even think have the best record in baseball anymore. I believe the Rays actually officially passed them.
Well, okay.
They are a fascinating case study right now, and whether or not they actually can even get close to beating the Dodgers in a 7-game series.
This, I think, is the best version of the Brewers that we've seen over the last 3-4 years in the post-David Stearns era for them. But at the same time, I don't think that this current iteration can. And that's why I was so frustrated about the Skubal trade when it happened, even though he's not looked very good with the Dodgers, so maybe a blessing in disguise. But at the same time, that's why it bothered me so much was not only did the Brewers, and Dustin May did look great, but not only did the Brewers not go get the best player available, they also didn't address, I think, again, another sneaky need, which is just needing a little more pop in this lineup. The lineup is better than it's been in the past, and that's something that we dogged them for last year in the NLCS, was basically completely laying down and being one of the worst offensive performing teams in a playoff series ever. And it's better, but I still don't think it's good enough to even compete with some of the other teams in the National League, let alone beat the Dodgers.
No, I don't think it is at all. We were clamoring for them to try and get a power bat at the deadline. Didn't even seem like it was on their list. And I have a great tweet here and stat from Brian Menendez. Brian's a Rays fan. He did some work with Baseball Prospectus and 538 back in the day. He said that no pennant-winning teams, 2016, so the last 10 pennants, 20 teams, had an ISO lower than 158. So far this season, getting the most up-to-date number possible, the Brewers' ISO, isolated slugging, is 144. That's 26th in the league, nestled between the Mariners and the Angels. It's just very difficult to get into a playoff series where already the margin for error is very thin and not be able to put the ball over the fence. That's why every single time the Brewers get into these series with not even sometimes better teams. 2 years ago, it was the Mets who did it to them. It's just if you can't put the ball over the fence. And the one game the Brewers won that 3-game set against the Mets, they actually did put the ball over the fence. That series against the Cubs last year, they were able to hit home runs as well. You need a little bit more thump if you want to try and actually contend with a team like the Dodgers.
I think Foolish Baseball also recently made a video on Foolish Bailey talking about how the Brewers, and this is something we've talked about on this channel too, more anecdotally than Foolish Baseball did, where he actually has stats and evidence behind it, but talking about how the Brewers are just built for the regular season, that when you get to the postseason, you see better pitching. The Brewers struggle against good pitching. Against good pitching, this is not a team. Everyone does, but they struggle. Their difference between when they face bad pitching and good pitching, I think, is one of the biggest in all of Major League Baseball, surrounded by a bunch of other teams that also cannot win the World Series, funny enough. But that's why they also get so ice cold in the playoffs so consistently, like we've seen at the plate, is that this Brewers team is built for the 162. You're not going to face an ace. You're not going to face a 2 every single time you go out there. You're not going to face the best relievers, even some games where you're losing and they can go to a closer. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but in the playoffs where everything's under a magnifying glass and you're going up against the 1, the 2, sometimes multiple times in a series, and the best relievers will be used in every single game. That's why I think we see them falter as much as we do, despite consistently being one of the best regular season teams.
And consistently, every single year, the Brewers have one of the highest batting averages as a team. They have usually one of the lower strikeout rates, and the Brewers always excel in their clutch stats. They excel with runners in scoring position in a way that somehow they've made repeatable year after year in the regular season. But as we know, when you watch a playoff series and you squeeze that bat a little more tightly, and some of those opportunities start to not go your way, and you're not able to go gap to gap, and you're not able to put the ball over the fence, you just simply need to string more of those hits together to succeed. And like you just said, when you're facing better pitchers over and over again, that always seems to be the roadblock for the Brewers, where it's just more difficult to hit singles against those kinds of guys. And a lot of the Brewers whole mantra relies on singles. And the Brewers also do so many of these other regular season things well. Their pitching depth is unbelievable. There's SP 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 heading into a season is better than every other team in the league. That's how you get through 162. Their defense is better than almost every single team in the league. That's how you win games you're not really supposed to in the 162. And those things are important to playoff series, but they're much less important with a 3, 5, 7 game sample size, which is where those playoff series wind up.
Yeah, which it pains me to say. I really was hoping that the Brewers could be like the Dodger killers this year, but I think in the National League, they might be even my 4th or 5th option right now in terms of teams I think that can dethrone the Dodgers in the National League.
And I'll say this too, where the Brewers are at right now, based on, again, they're still playing great ball. Maybe it's just a blip with this Padres series, but the Braves are red hot again. The Dodgers are red hot again. The Cubs are scalding hot. The Padres are scalding hot. There's a real chance that the Brewers actually wind up not even getting the top seed in the National League this year, which I'll tell you this, to bring the Brewers fans back in, devil's advocate this shit, that's kind of actually their hope to getting past the Dodgers and possibly reaching the World Series. Because if the Braves wind up passing the Brewers, and right now all 3 of those teams separated by 1 game, Braves, Brewers, Dodgers, as we're recording on Thursday afternoon. If the Brewers wind up 2 and the Dodgers wind up 3, that's your salvation. You get more chaos in a 3-game series. You could get Jacob
5-game series.
5-game series. You get Jacob Mizorowski on the mound 2 times. Logan Henderson pitching the way he's pitching, and then Dustin May looks like he's about to become a monster. Like, you have, oddly, I think, a way better chance to go to the World Series if you can get the Dodgers that first time through.
Yeah, it's one of the few times where I'm like, I will chalk up 2 wins if Mizorowski's on the mound. He's that good.
He'll be facing against Skubal or Yamamoto. Like, you're not going to have any breaks on the other side in a 5-game series. You got to face Skubal, Yamamoto, Blake Snell. It's going to be glass now if he comes back. And then if you can flip that and you can get the Braves in a 7-game series, they don't even have any pitchers. So
they'd smoke them. They'd sweep them.
That's the actual path through where I think, weirdly enough, the Brewers can do it and can use the devil magic to their favor. Or also if they just wind up getting hot before the playoffs begin at the plate, and they are able to smack the singles around, and they can get through. But if you really had to ask me right now, I would say no. They can't win the World Series.
I unfortunately don't have the faith. To bring it to the American League, let's talk about the American League Brewers.
Before we get into more ball talk, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Prize Picks, America's #1 sports picks app. Use our code HMA when you sign up to get in on a special offer. New users play $5 and get $150 in lineups if you win. So click the link in the description, download the Prize Picks app right now, and use our code HMA to get in on this offer. Because guys, Prize Picks is so easy to use. Simply select more or less on a few different players, put them into your lineup, and then see how they do. My picks for today are easy. I went with more than 5.5 hitter fantasy score for Randy Arozarena, more than 5.5 hitter fantasy score for Mike Trout. He's been scalding hot. And then I went with less than 6 hitter fantasy score for Corey Seager. He's been hot and cold. Guys, also Prize Picks is available in most states, including California, Texas, and even Florida. So what are you waiting for? Download the Prize Picks app by clicking the link in my description, and remember to use our code HMA when you sign up, because new users play $5 and get $150 in lineups if you win. Remember, only play if you can play responsibly and have the means to do so. Thank you to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it.
The Tampa Bay Rays. Can they win the World Series?
The original Brewers, the real Brewers.
Yes.
All year, I've not had as much faith in this Rays team as I feel like I should have. Even though when we did our spring training content, I was way higher than you on this team.
You were, yeah. I had no faith.
I thought they would be a fringe playoff team. I didn't think they'd have the best record in baseball as we sit here on August 13th. Every single time I doubt them, I'm wrong. And this is we're grading on a different curve in the American League because there's no Dodgers over there. So a lot more of these teams can, which is why I think the Rays, I actually will say can. The one reason is they have the top line pitching on top, and they just have Junior Caminero right now. Like, you get that guy to a playoff series, similar to Vlad last year with the Blue Jays. And I don't give a fuck how bad 6 through 9 is in this lineup. Like, he can hit 4 home runs in the 5-game series, and you can move on to the next round.
Yeah, like this is gonna sound super like smooth brain. Get ready for this. But like those 6 through 9, they're going to suck. They probably can't be much worse than they already are during the major league season. God forbid they ever catch a slight hot streak and it happens to be in the playoffs. All of a sudden this Rays lineup looks good because in a small sample, we don't care what Taylor Walls did over the full 162. He's hot in the postseason. We've seen it before. Even something maybe that the Blue Jays had a little bit of last year where it was just like, in a small sample, these guys hitting is contagious. They got so ridiculously hot that a lot of the overlooking that happened to the Blue Jays, I think, could have been similar to what could go on with the Rays here. And they have the heroes. Jonathan Aranda, Junior Caminero, Yandy Diaz, and now Liam Hicks, who's been great for them. He's been awesome so far at the plate. Been driving in a ton of runs. I think had a big game against the Athletics.
Grand slam, I think.
Yeah, that's enough that I think they can get to the World Series for sure in the American League, especially with that good pitching, dynamite bullpen. Again, if it was against the Dodgers, I don't think that they can, but getting to the World Series alone, I think is enough for me to say I have more faith, and yes, I do think that the Rays could win the World Series this year.
Yeah, and at least how bad that 6-9 is. They're platooning every single guy.
Yes,
if
they'll play good matchups.
That's if they have the option. Like Victor Mesa Jr. is not a slouch at all. He's the 6th hitter now, so that's something. Chandler Simpson. What?
You seen Ryan Valade's bat speed? It's
yeah.
one of the best in baseball. So when he inevitably makes contact with the ball, it is going to be smoked.
And he murders lefties. They're also playing a heavy speed game. Like Chandler Simpson, for all the crap we've talked, for how much we don't believe in him, the guy's running 300 batting average in the middle of August. Like something about this has been stickier than we realize. They just picked up Jorge Mateo. That's a guy I want on my roster.
Another
for a
fast
playoff
guy.
Series. Yeah. And Liam Hicks did lengthen this lineup as much as they need. And those 3 guys at the top, now 4 guys at the top, are all complete stalwarts with the super duper star in the middle of it, with good pitching, with a very good bullpen. Like they do have the tools to do it, especially if they can get another little step from Freddie Peralta and Shane McClanahan comes back healthy now. Like they actually can. I'm going to say they can win the World Series.
No, I'm with you. I think that they can too. I'm not a betting man. I don't think it's likely. But like in terms of American League teams, because again, that American League curve is different than the National League, I think that they're very clearly one of the 3 best teams in the American League.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
There's no possible way to argue against that.
No, but with the Brewers, I'm saying I actually think it's a little murky with the Brewers.
Yeah, this is because National League is much better. And
Yes.
we'll see if like the Cubs are on fire now. I'm excited to talk about the Cubs.
Well, want to talk about them right now?
Let's rip Cubs.
Let's talk about the Cubs. I think they can do it. I definitely think that they can win the World Series. I think right now they might be my favorite to beat the Dodgers. And I feel like I said this a couple weeks ago, and it was kind of like a little bold by me. Not the craziest take. I'm not going to say I'm a genius here, but I was like, I feel like the Cubs are the team that could do it just because they play such good, clean baseball. It is so boring, but they play good, clean baseball. And now the PCA bump, that's the superstar hero that they need.
That's the thing. He's the guy who can take over a series. And also just the rest of this team, like, even Michael Busch could take over a series. Like, Alex Bregman, low-key, could take over a series. Like, Seiya Suzuki can take over a series. Not to the same degree as Pete Crow Armstrong, but they're the anti-Rays, where there's no let up in this lineup. And we've said that going into the season, which is why I think you and I both bet them to have the best record in baseball.
We did, yeah.
3.5 games back of that right now.
Pretty good bet by us.
If they didn't die for 2 weeks in June and lose 10 games in a row, 2 separate times. However, this team there's just you can't take a break against them, which is really saying a lot in a playoff series. Like, sure, maybe like Conforto platoon, but I mean, Conforto, Tyrone Taylor, lefty, righty, Dansby Swanson, sure, but Bregman's heating up right now. Like, they have a lot of different ways to beat you. It's really just going to come down to which of these pitchers can actually make it to the postseason.
Yeah, because that would be my biggest concern, is just having a dynamite guy that is going to be better on the mound. And I think in almost every series, they will never have the pitching advantage. I think it's almost impossible, but I trust that their defense and lineup are so good that it will outplay what the pitching matchup says.
This is going to be a horrible thing to hear for Cubs fans. There might not be a playoff game where they have a pitching advantage.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I meant by that take.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like maybe unless they play the Braves and it's Shota Imanaga versus Bryce Elder. Like, that's your pitching advantage, I think, that you might get.
I think that would be the only way to do it. Shota is stronger now compared to the last few Augusts, so I give him credit for that. He's maintaining his fastball shape. He's maintaining velocity. He's maintaining his effectiveness. Matthew Boyd, for as few bats as he misses, he just loves to pitch deeply into games. And what they really need, it's kind of happened under the radar, is this bullpen to stay hot. Like, I don't think people are seeing how effective Jacob Webb has been.
Jacob Webb's been great.
Trent Thornton, Ryan Rollison, like, these guys are actually good, and they just need Daniel Palencia to actually come back and stay healthy.
Yes.
He really left it all out there in Miami for the World Baseball Classic, but he just has to show 4 weeks of health to get to this playoff series, because he is an ace in the hole to throw 100 miles an hour at the end of games, similar with Ben Brown, Edward Cabrera. Just get these guys back on the mound in some capacity. And they're going to have such a strong 26-man roster in any playoff series they're in.
Glad you said it, because that's what I was going to. Cubs are deep. It's a deep roster.
And again, we said that detracted from the Brewers, but the Brewers just simply, unless Jackson Scherzer does something crazy in the next month, or Christian Yelich drinks from the fountain of youth, they just don't. They just don't have that star to tie the whole thing together offensively. They have it pitching wise.
Hold on 1 second. I just heard a huge bang. Like, yeah, I mean, it's just like Jake Bauers can't be the power threat. I know he's having a great year, but that can't be your power threat and say that you're a World Series winning team. I don't believe in the Brewers like I do the Cubs.
No, same with a lot of this Brewers team just from last year, but this Cubs team is now played in some playoff series. Like, lots of guys who've been in these games. Bregman, Horner, now PCA, Seiya, Michael Busch, Conforto, former World Series attendee, player, Dansby. Like
last year too, Los Angeles Dodgers, Michael Conforto, come on.
Michael Conforto, two-time World Series player, one-time
World Series winner.
Yes. Like Dansby too, Carson Kelly. Like this is a grizzled veteran ball club that you're at nine deep every single time around the lineup. You have to deal with them.
South side of Chicago, White Sox. I don't think they can win the World Series.
No, I don't either. I'm just really rooting for them to win division at this point.
Yes, and Luis Castillo looks great. He had an amazing start last night.
The Reds look bad.
Yeah, they look bad. But whenever this eventually comes out for you guys, Luis Castillo recently made a start and looked awesome. And I do think that the White Sox are the opposite of the Brewers. I think they got all firepower offensively, and I think they've got nothing on the pitching side. I don't trust them to get... I don't know if a starter will go 5 innings necessarily for them in the playoffs ever.
That's absolute fucking blasphemous Schomburg erasure. And
I love Schomburg.
You better take that back.
Fine, I take it back. Anyone not named Schomburg.
Schomburg might come in third in the AL Cy Young.
Good for you know what? You're right. Schomburg, you deserve your flowers, but also I could totally not see him struggling in the postseason.
Definitely. I could also see at the same time how this White Sox team is someone that whoever else doesn't want to run into if they're able to hold on and get this bye, which I still think they're going to probably be able to do. Just because, again, like home runs matter so much more in the postseason.
Yes.
And you go through the middle of this line and be like, oh, someone's going to hit a home run. I know someone's going to hit
Has
a home run. And that's kind of what it is. And then you get to this flame-throwing bullpen with Grant Taylor. Jordan Hicks taking a step up right now. If Hagen Smith gets himself together, he doesn't know where the ball's going, but there's a world where Hagen Smith becomes a diabolical lefty in a playoff bullpen. Like I don't think they can win the World Series, but they can still make a team's life hard in a playoff matchup. But they're a year ahead of schedule right now.
Yeah, they're way ahead of schedule. This is the 2015 Chicago Cubs, the 2014 Kansas City Royals. You're not there yet, but you're building towards a path where you will be a powerhouse in the American League, I believe.
Yeah, definitely. But you can't win the World Series this year.
No, not this year. Who do you want to talk about next?
Back to the National League. Should we do our Braves?
Yeah, let's do our Braves. As I have, I think, 3 different Mets things behind me. I have a Mets fat head, I have a Mike Piazza cutout, and I'm wearing a Mets shirt. Also have a Mets blanket over my legs because it's freezing in my parents' basement as I'm recording here. Can the Braves win the World Series?
I honestly just really don't think so with this pitching.
Can I be the opposite and say yes?
Yeah, sure.
I think that the pitching's so bad, but Chris Sale is so good. Chris Sale alone can win you 2 games just on the back of him being that dominant of a pitcher, which is the same conversation we could have about Jacob Mizorowski, but I'm just going to say it about Chris Sale because it fits my narrative. This lineup, though, still does relatively fuck. Like,
yeah, no, there's no relativity about it.
I think it's in different ways. Like, it's not like the same Ronald Acuna that we've seen. Austin Riley's a shell of himself, but like,
you see Austin Riley lately?
He's coming around. I know, but he's still a shell of himself.
Last 30 games, 800 OPS and 6 homers.
Wow, good. He's still good. Yeah, he's good. They need that. It helps a lot. Drake Baldwin rocks. Matt Olson is awesome. Michael Harris has been playing unbelievable baseball. Maybe I'm forgetting some people. The bullpen I think is actually very good.
Ozzie.
I'll never give Ozzie the credit. But like, I think they could. But similarly, I think they need to catch the Dodgers in a short series. I think if it's 7 games against the Dodgers, they have no shot.
Yeah, it basically comes down to who's playing the Dodgers in 5, the Brewers or the Braves, and how much of a chance you have depending on... I mean, if you have to make the Dodgers play the 3 before as well. You need to make sure the Dodgers get to 3 and you get to 2. That's the way that the Brewers or the Braves can actually get to the World Series. Also, you realize Matt Olson has played like 800 games in a row?
Oh, yeah, he doesn't miss any games. It's kind of sick. He's that doesn't happen in modern baseball. Matt Olson loves playing baseball.
He hasn't missed a game since he became an Atlanta Brave in 2022.
I mean, it's unbelievable, the fucking voodoo magic that goes down in Atlanta. Alex Anthopoulos, Greek brother there, that's the only thing that we share in common because I hate his guts. But, God, he gets the most out of all of his guys.
Yes, and this lineup is the trump card for them in a 7-game series. But I do want to just shout out the emergence of Tyler Mahle since the trade deadline. Again, I don't know if it's the stickiest thing in the world. I don't think they told Tyler Mahle, we're going to, like, bang. Now you Jeremy Hefner, now you have perfect command because that's what's happened so far. So I do think that will kind of move in and out, but they do have a very legit bullpen. It's not on the same level as the Brewers, not even close to it.
No.
And Raisel Iglesias has stumbled lately, but Dylan Lee, Fuentes, Kinley, even Dylan Dodd right now looks nasty, like moving from the rotation to the bullpen. Robert Suarez, I think they still expect to come back, but I want to see him at least pitching soon. But this team, I still don't think they can win a World Series. But again, if they get hot enough, if the Dodgers didn't exist, I would say they can't win a World Series.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, that's it. And that's why the Brewers get a no for me, is just like in terms of my hierarchy of teams that I'm scared of in the playoffs, right now the Brewers are just not there.
If the Brewers were in the American League, I would give an absolute defiant yes.
Oh, if the Brewers are in the American League, they could literally walk backwards crab walking into the World Series. It would be the easiest thing in the world for them. They would dunk on everyone.
We also have, as of yesterday, Robert Suarez is going to begin throwing again. So that's another huge weapon for a playoff series.
All right, American League now. Should we talk about a West team?
No.
For a minute?
No, I was gonna say Yankees.
Yeah, okay, Yankees. Let's go Yankees.
We did Braves. Let's get the Yankees out of the way.
Yeah, of course the Yankees can win the World Series. This is one of the easiest ones.
The Yankees can absolutely win the World Series. And again, still, if you ask me, I got shit on this in our Power Rankings video. If there's any team I think that's the best chance against the Dodgers in the 7-game series, it is far and away the New York Yankees.
Yeah, in terms of pitching, in terms of, again, I know people hate their bullpen, but it's really not as bad as I think everyone gives it credit for, which is
it's
insane.
just Yankee fans who do that.
Yeah, but they're loud and obnoxious. We know who they are. The lineup with Aaron Judge, this is all contingent on them having Aaron Judge.
Completely.
No Aaron Judge, they cannot win the World Series. With Aaron Judge, they 100% can win the World Series, and like you said, might have the best chance to do so.
And again, even without Aaron Judge, especially Yankees fans listening to this, they have not been able to hit a lick. Like, it's been embarrassing offensive play from them, but I do think that they it forced Brian Cashman to, maybe Yankee fans are going to hate this comment too.
Ooh, nice.
Be a little bit more aggressive. And I think sometimes he would have liked to have been at the trade deadline acquiring position players, because
they're going to hate that.
They're going to hate that one. But you got two guys with team control who can jump into the middle of a playoff lineup and be actual pieces, and Elliot Ramos and Luis Garcia Jr. And at the same time, we're seeing big time grow up from one George Lombard coming up, the team kind of needing him, and he looks, smooth as silk right now. I don't know where the bat's going to wind up, but defensively, he's like a top 5 defender in baseball already. And the fact that Trent Grisham has gotten hot, again, Ben Rice growing up being the thumper in the lineup alone, Spencer Jones also looks highly competent. Similar to what we said about the Cubs, where it's like they have a lot of bodies to throw at you, same with the Rays. Now, with Judge and Bellinger, possibly Stanton back on a playoff roster, taking the place of Caballero, Rosario, someone else probably gets left off. I'm not really sure who yet off the top of my head.
I can't believe you mentioned Caballero. Yankee fans are gonna hate you. You're gonna say how
I said
easy
he's
it is.
left off the playoff roster.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
they love Caballero.
They
hate him now.
They hate him now.
What happened?
He's been
Is it because he bat flipped the walk?
No, he's been really bad.
No shit.
But again, I think that you're going to see a position player group for the Yankees that actually, top to bottom, is stronger than they have been in the playoffs any of their last 5 trips there.
Jazz Chisholm just gets hot too. I'm dying for it.
It has to happen, right? It just can't keep.
Can't keep
happening.
Yeah.
McMahon's the guy who I have no hope for whatsoever. But you hit him in Lombard 8th and 9th, play good defense on that side of the infield, and then this rotation is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, of course. Cam Schlittler, Garrett Cole, those two alone
Max
off
Fried.
the top are great. Max Fried, throw
Rodon.
him in there. If Rodon gets healthy again, Carlos Rodon. It's pretty. Am I even forgetting one right now?
Then you still have Ryan Weathers, who's major turned a corner lately. Matt Blake has helped him rework, get his sinker a little bit nicer. So they're doing the thing the Rays are doing, a lot of these other sharp pitching dev teams are doing right now, where they're bucking the conventional wisdom of which pitches you got to throw to which side of the plate. And Ryan Weathers has been just ripping sinkers to right-handed batters now, and he's locating them well enough, then using his fastball later in counts as the whiff pitch rather than leaning on the fastball. And there's been good results for him lately. And those two guys are both going to the playoff bullpen, Will Warren and Ryan Weathers. Whatever you want to say about those guys, and Weathers had a great year, but kind of hitting their ceiling of potentially in regular season as starters. Those guys could be two of the best relievers in baseball tomorrow if they decide to do that.
Yeah, Ryan Weathers out of the pen in the postseason feels pretty fucking disgusting.
Will Warren jack that fastball up to 97 and to sweep her off it? That's the whole problem. Now he doesn't have to deal with his problems. Oh, my God.
And then you got Ryan Yarbrough, too.
Yeah, Ryan Yarbrough is going to be on the playoff roster. Paul Blackburn's going to be there. Hedrick is disgusting. Fernando Cruz hit a cold spell. I want Bednar to get the ball in the 9th inning of a playoff series. He's that kind of guy. He's that trustworthy. The Yankees team is top to bottom so fucking amazingly built, and Cashman deserves a shit ton of credit for that.
Yeah, no, they're good. They definitely can win it. What about the San Diego Padres? hottest team in baseball.
I flip back on the Padres. I think
they can.
I think they can too.
I think they can. I think if you are a team right now in the postseason, you want to avoid the Padres like the plague. You have no interest in playing this team in a short, in a medium, in a long series. You don't want to run into them. You just got to hope that the Padres of the first half of the season show up where the offense was non-existent and that every single one of their pitchers also is hurt.
The pitching thing, that could still wind up being a little wonky because Casey Mize hasn't looked very good. His second start was better results-wise, but he's not getting swings and misses with the slider anymore, and his velocity is down for like a month straight. So I don't know what's good there. And I don't really trust Robbie Ray as far as I can throw him. If he's pitching game 3 or game 4 for 4 innings, that's probably okay. You need Michael King to straighten out. You need to get some combination of Musgrove and Pivetta back.
Yeah.
But fuck that shit, because this lineup is awesome right now.
It is.
This lineup, this is hero ball that the Padres intended to play.
It's Slam Diego.
I mean, Tatis, Machado, Merrill, as hot as they all are right now, and shockingly, the depth this lineup is now built behind them, they can really play some ball.
No, they really can. And I think, like, the fact that we're seeing Cronenworth swing the bat a little bit better, really not being one of the worst hitters in baseball. Ty France, obviously, was hot all year. He's been playing really well. This is a very, very competent team, and our biggest critique of them has always been that they did not have enough starting pitching. At the moment, they have enough. It's not good, but they have enough. If they can continue to have enough, this is a team that can win the World Series, in my opinion.
Can I also make a prediction?
I would love to hear it.
I think they're going to call up Ethan Salas.
Ooh, really?
He's been roping the ball at AAA. He's similar to Lombard. He's going to walk into the league and be one of the best defensive catchers around.
When's the PPI?
This week, today, 13th.
So you think? I guess Preller doesn't give a shit about that kind of stuff.
I think they might give him a few more weeks just because he's 20 years old. He just went up to AAA like 2 weeks ago, but he's hitting right there. He's actually finding a little bit of power. I don't even think they care if he finds power, just to be in some kind of catching tandem for them, take good professional plate appearances, which he's going to take.
I think he's a lefty too, so you could platoon him with Fermin.
He is.
Yeah, so that would be great.
And even Campusano's back, and he's been passable. And then that bullpen is still just you can't even contend with this thing. Like between.
That's what allows the subpar starting pitching, because if there's a lead or even if the game's close, it's just going to continue to be whatever it was when the starting pitcher leaves the game. This bullpen is the best bullpen in baseball, and as good as the Brewers is, it's not close to this.
No, I mean, nothing's close to this. This is an alien bullpen. Like Morejon, I mean, he kind of had bad stats early in the year, but there was some small sample bullshit. He's top 5 reliever in the league. Estrada and Bradley. Even your boy Yuki's nasty right now.
Yuki holding him hostage.
The splitter is splitting. He's not even holding him hostage. He's just good. Like, he's just awesome right now. Like,
Magic Wandy?
Magic Wandy's still out there. A lot of this will come down to Musgrove and Pivetta. They are both on rehab stints right now. Musgrove's actually throwing harder, which is shocking, but I don't know. There's just no way that he's going to be able to walk in and be like a real long-term starter after everything that's gone on with him. But just to get those guys on the playoff roster, do the same mix and match chaos that Craig Stammen's been doing so well for a few weeks now, the Padres can win the World Series.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Mariners, can they do it, James?
Absolutely not.
No, they can't.
Yankees slit their throat this week.
The Mariners, they look like a joke of a franchise and a team right now.
I'm very happy that Jeff Passan called out the Mariners for saying, besides the Mets, and now it's actually getting close, they're the most disappointing team in the league. Again, Logan Gilbert did throw a gem to stop the slide on Thursday, so give him credit for that. He's still one of the best pitchers in the game. But this team just can't hit. They cannot hit. They can't string enough together. They can't do anything right. They won a 1-0 game because of a Weston Wilson solo home run. Like they
have zero dog.
There's something just wrong with that team that's not clicked in right. I don't know if
that Blue Jays game broke him, I think.
Maybe Cal Raleigh just blew the vibes. That blood-curdling scream in the Brian Wu interview.
That and the Team USA thing. Cal Raleigh that was. We're going to look back on that and be like, what? Does Randy Arozarena have witch powers? What happened there?
Randy's hit all year. He's been great. And
he's been great.
They've really got the big also Naylor's been terrible in the first year of his deal.
Stinks.
Brent Dahmer just hasn't played very much. He's now back for a few weeks now. He's hitting okay. Like this team they just don't have it in them, sadly.
And then quickly, also the Houston Astros can't win the World Series either, in my opinion.
I don't think they can win the World Series, but in terms of some of these other teams in the American League, I think their path is a bit more clear, technically.
You think they could beat? I feel like they can't beat anyone in the American League East.
I don't think they can either, but I do think that they just have some kind of mental thing with the Yankees.
That is true.
This is a different team. I don't think they would beat them in a 7-game series. I think the Yankees would like take that in 5, honestly. But I've never seen the Yankees beat the Astros in a playoff series, and I don't know why I should hold that true. But like this lineup is legitimately really good.
Starting to swing it.
Similar to what we said about the Cubs, like you're going 1 through 9, basically besides Altuve, which is funny. Like you're not getting an easy out right now.
And then even then in the playoffs, he's probably going to do something clutch.
Yeah, again, Trammell, Cam Smith, Yander Diaz, who knows what we're going to get from those guys.
Get the cans back out.
They're swinging the bats well right now. And if Hunter Brown can go out there and be an ace, which he's getting closer to that level, Peter Lambert is like good.
That's your guy.
He's good. Hedden Wisniewski's like kind of good. Like Ronald Blanco, Christian Javier are going to fake it for a little while. The bullpen's not terrible. They can't win the World Series, but like if they, I've not believed in them for most of the season. They continue to prove me wrong, so maybe they have some more magic inside them.
Yeah, I'm still not believing, so I'm going to say no for them.
That's fair.
Nationally, give me a team, James.
National League, Philadelphia Phillies on the outside looking in right now.
They're out of the playoffs at the moment?
At the moment, they are out of the playoffs. They're 6 and 15 since the All-Star break, I want to say.
I'm going to go against the grain here, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Can't win the World Series.
Tell me why.
They talk about a team that has no success in the postseason. That feels like they just keep taking steps back and back and back.
This is the last step back.
Yeah, feels like this is the last step back. Maybe just missing the playoffs. They've been getting bounced and bounced earlier and earlier. They've done this. They did this right after they went on their run with the Utley and Howard group, where the window is closing. The vibes are back to being horrible again. It seems like. And Dombrowski not going full balls to the wall at this deadline and like
he tried.
Yeah, but he didn't drop sack and say like, look at me. I don't think he even believes that this team can win the World Series because he didn't make any moves that lead me to believe that he had that faith either.
Yeah, I mean they had no moves to make besides trading Gage Wood, but that I don't know. That was just a bit stupid.
He made moves that said I will be here next year. These were not the I need to win right now moves. And I don't think that he thinks that they can win right now. He thinks that they're one of their best players isn't even elite.
There's also a weird thing happening with Luis Ariz now with them. I saw him ground to a bases loaded double play in the 8th inning as Ryan Stanek the other night in a tight game. It just looked miserable. And again, he's played 6 home games, 3 road games, but that outfield at Citizens Bank Park, I saw a tweet from Anthony DeBundo, who's with the Ringer, big Philly guy. Smallest surface area of any outfield in baseball, where San Francisco is, I think, the second most behind Coors Field. And that's where Arias thrives, dinking, dunking, finding those spots in the outfield. So it's a little bit different with how tight that right field is at Citizens Bank Park. I don't know if he's going to go World Baseball Classic style and try and golf some more homers. I don't know if maybe it's just a new team, feeling pressure, changing things in his head a little bit. And it's only been 10 games, but
yeah, it's a small sample.
He's been not very good so far with the Phillies. So they need a lot's riding on him right now. And like Bryson Stott's actually hitting the cover off the ball.
I was actually say he actually looks fantastic at third base. He's playing that position beautifully.
And he's hitting right now. He's also 23 consecutive stolen bases without being caught. It's like 6 or 7 without from starts to end of the season off the major league record.
I'll tip cap there to Bryson Stott. He's playing well right now.
Really well. Has developed well. And I know I'll still say this team can win the World Series because if you get me into a playoff series with Sanchez, Wheeler, Lazardo.
No, they have the pitching. Yeah.
They can. Similar to last year where ball bounced a different way. They legitimately could have beat the Dodgers in that 5-game series.
Yeah, no, they definitely have the pitching. This is half me winding it up and trying to build a narrative against the Phillies as much as I possibly can. Windup, hey, we did that thing. He's a family guy. But like they just until the Phillies prove to me that they can actually go on a run again, like it seems like the Diamondbacks broke them.
Yeah.
Or the Mets.
I think probably maybe more so the Mets.
Yeah, Garrett Stubbs running his fucking mouth, that little idiot.
You almost did it there. But again, I think this team still can. Funny enough, it's going to be them versus the Diamondbacks. I think the Padres might wind up clear for that last playoff spot.
The Diamondbacks.
I think the Phillies and the Diamondbacks are going to fight for that last playoff spot.
Oh,
the Padres are going to wind up clear of it for how well they're playing.
Gotcha. I misunderstood that one for a second. All right, well, let's talk about the Diamondbacks real quick. You think the Diamondbacks can win the World Series?
No, sadly.
I don't think so either. Snakes up. No. Go Snakes. Snakes up. But I don't know. I don't think that they can.
Last team to beat the Dodgers in the playoff series.
That's the thing. I think we just got to hope that they get hot again, but it might be an American League World Series if the Dodgers or if the Diamondbacks are the team there in the finals. They have the hero guys. I just don't believe in anything else outside of those guys.
I mean, hero guys, especially in a 3-game set, which there's a world where the Diamondbacks play the Dodgers for 3 to start. And
Oh, God, we might have to gotta go there.
LA, Eduardo.
No, go to Arizona. Just watch it at bars with D-backs fans, with Jeremy, with Ko and Dalton.
I mean, Eduardo Rodriguez versus Yoshinobu Yamamoto game 1.
Jesus
Tarek Skubal.
Christ.
Who even pitches game 1 for the Dodgers? Yama or Skubal? I haven't even thought about this.
Yamamoto, I think, right?
You think over Skubal? I mean, yeah,
I
probably.
think you have the tip the cap to Yamamoto. That's your guy. God, he pitched 2 days in a row.
Game 3, Blake Snell versus Brandon Pfaadt. That's going to be.
Who pitches game 2?
For the Diamondbacks?
Yeah.
Soroka.
God, yeah, they
ready
got
to
no
rip.
shot. Enough of them.
No, I mean, I will say I give the Diamondbacks a lot of credit for building up this bullpen over the year. Like, they should get a monster amount of credit for what they've done with Juan Murillo and Brandon Garcia. I don't think they
And
get...
cutting Paul Sewald.
And cutting Paul Sewald recently. That's ruthless, but yeah, they
That's sick.
had to do it. Even Zach Littell showing up, but I don't think they get enough credit for having good... like
Zach Littell?
Yeah, they picked up Zach Littell. He threw 5 good innings the other night.
The fuck?
They're just trying to grind their way through. This team is really good at grinding through the regular season. Get me to a 3-game series, see what can happen, but they can't win the World Series.
No, they can't win the World Series. American League, I think we can quickly say the Guardians can't win the World Series.
No, the Guardians can't win. We forgot how we done the Red Sox.
Oh, you're Red Sox.
My
You,
Red
you
Sox.
killed them, James. You did it.
I-
For those of you new to the windup, me and James have a innate ability to completely jinx and curse teams whenever we start saying players. We're like, oh, that guy's doing great, stinks it up. We've done it like 10 times with the Mets. James did it with the Red Sox. The best string of baseball almost any team in baseball history has ever played. James is like, best team in the American League. They're like, what if we don't win any more games?
They're up 5-0 right now in the 9th inning. I think Peyton Toley's going to get a shot at the
All right, there you
at
go.
a CGSO on Thursday. He's one of like the 15 best pitchers in baseball. But I'm standing on business. I still think this team can win the World Series.
Can they?
I do think they can.
I'm going to say no.
Tell me why.
I think that if they run into the Yankees, I eventually think that might be what happens. I don't think they've got enough to beat the Yankees. It would just simply be like a dog moment if the Red Sox got there. I definitely don't think they could beat the Dodgers. I really don't feel like they can beat many of the National League teams. Like I think even if the Brewers got to the World Series, a team that I said can't win it, I think that's how the Brewers get there. They get to the World Series, they beat the Red Sox. But until I see Garrett Crochet throw legit baseball pitches, I don't see it right now. We've now seen the ebb and we're getting the flow.
He's legit. He's throwing right now. He's just throwing, and
Yeah, so am I.
yeah, true. I mean, not for a while. He didn't show up softball in like a month, but like a week ago, Chad Tracy said it's probably not feasible for Garrett Crochet to be stretched out to 6 innings by the end of September. So for the Red Sox to do
What a
this,
sentence.
this is all going to be about Peyton Toley and Ranger Suarez. And I was told
Yeah.
Ranger Suarez is a playoff riser. And he has been.
That's what they told us.
He has been in his career, and he's also not a guy right now who's not right. He's not pitching deeply into games. Sonny Gray's been awesome, but we've seen Sonny Gray hit walls in the postseason before. But Roman Anthony is coming back, and I'm just not ready to quit on the Devil Magic yet.
I got to see Roman Anthony also play baseball again
Well, he's getting ready to go.
I got to see it. I got to see him step on the field without his buddy Marcelo Meyer being there. Also, like, to give the Red Sox the same treatment that I gave the Brewers, like Andrew Monasterio playing every single day at like shortstop. Like,
There's
but there's a lack of legit pop there that I trust.
It's a lack of legit pop, but I do think that now that you have Adley, Contreras, Abreu in that lineup, there is legitimate pop, and you get with Roman Anthony. That's a legit middle of the lineup that can win a playoff series.
Is Adley Rutschman the problem? Adley Rutschman's back. The Red Sox can't win.
Allegedly, again, Anthony, as of 2 days ago, is nearing a rehab assignment.
The wording that the Red Sox, all the Red Sox wording you've told me is like, that's classic Mets shit right there.
And again, I probably did jinx them, but get this team to a playoff series, I think they're going to be very difficult out just because of that pitching, that bullpen, and I'm continuing to believe in Devil Magic.
All right, 40 minutes and everyone's been waiting for this team. James, can the Mets win the World Series?
Fuck no. Mets cannot win the World Series.
All right, next.
Who else? I mean,
Do we have anybody else, really?
well, we have one team who now is in sole possession. Not sole possession yet, but at the end of the day, I think they'll be in sole possession of a playoff spot. The Detroit Tigers.
No.
They can't, but they could have.
They could have if they if they held on to Tarek Skubal and Casey Mize. What's crazy is I would fully believe that the Tigers were. And I think up until the deadline when me and you were talking about like just our bold predictions and you mentioned a team that sells at the deadline making the playoffs, we knew you were talking about the Tigers. That's what everybody knew. Or the Blue Jays, who are also playing really good baseball right now, too. Tigers, if they had those guys, could. Because they don't, absolutely not. It's just the American League, again, is such a joke. And I love that I'm seeing now, like, national media talk about how much of a joke is. I was watching MLB Network today, and they were like, listen, Scott Harris, like, congrats, you're going to probably make the playoffs after selling off 2 of your big arms and arguably the best pitcher in baseball. This is bad for baseball that you can do this.
Yeah, very bad for baseball. But it's all about that playoff spot. Get rid of this last playoff spot. I'm tired of this last playoff spot. But
the 6th one's really fucked it up.
Yeah, there is a world. I mean, Framber Valdez was turning a corner, then he just went chaos mode on Wednesday. Did you see what Framber Valdez did on Wednesday?
I did not.
Started the game 1-2 on Stephen Kwan. Wound up walking him. 0-2 on Chase DeLauder. Ripped a single off the first baseman's glove. Up that 2-2 on Jose Ramirez, hit him with a back foot curveball.
Nice.
He went 2 strikes in the first 3 hitters, let all of them reach base, and then got a double play. It looked like he was going to get out of the inning with just 1 run home. Angel Martinez ropes a double. It was very fun. It was a classic Framber Valdez game. But
classic Framber.
I believe in Job and Melton a lot. Like, I think this playoff rotation.
They're good.
I think the playoff rotation is better than it gets credit for, and they're hitting now. I really like Max Clark, Dylan Dingler, and Glaber, and Kevin McGonigal are wagons. They can't now. They probably could. They probably couldn't before either. Honest to God.
No, I'm going to say that they could have, so that I can wind some people up.
Also, not with this version of Framber. With two years ago, Framber.
Yeah. Also, I saw a really fun comp. Shout out Willie Lytics over on YouTube. He said that Kevin McGonigal is just going to be Jose Ramirez, and I can't shake the feeling.
That's a good comp.
That's really good.
Will makes good videos.
Yeah, Will's really good at his stuff. Big shout out to Willie Lytics. Blue Jays, real quick.
No, but I'd like to see him try.
I actually think they have a better chance. I think they have a better chance than some of the teams that we've talked about in this. Like, Seek Soriano 1-2, I'm in.
Yeah, I mean.
And you're Savage if you get anything out of him.
Savage feels like it might be done.
It feels like it, but if you get anything.
Yeah, if you get anything, there's something there. I mean, I don't know. Unless Vladimir Guerrero Jr. does what he did in the World Series, extrapolate over the next 40 games, they can't.
Isn't that crazy? He was just like, he had such a good playoff run. He's like, I don't want to be that guy anymore.
That was his last time he hit a home run in Toronto. Yeah, you didn't realize that? He has no home runs this season.
Oh God.
Yeah,
he signed to be there long term.
You know how old we're going to be when that contract's up?
How old?
44 years old.
14 more years and he hasn't hit a home run in his prime years in Toronto? How have I missed that stat? Is that just...
Are you doing satire right now?
I swear to God, I did not know he hasn't hit a home run in Toronto since the World Series. Oh. So then, when was it before the playoffs? When's the last regular season home run he's hit in Toronto?
Must have been last September. I'll tell you right now.
Wow. No, I'm not even doing a joke. I'm so not... The Blue Jays have been so off my radar. I didn't know that.
I'm so deep on Blue Jays Twitter all the time. Just like by
Well,
accident.
they hate my guts.
So So he didn't hit a home run the last 3 weeks of the regular season last year. And then he had 2 on the road in early September. So Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s last regular season home run, we're almost the 1-year anniversary.
Oh, my God.
August 17th against the Rangers.
At home.
His last home run in the regular season.
That's like fall to your knees devastating news.
That doesn't even make sense.
No, that hurts me.
I can't believe I just broke that news to you. This feels like when you're like the family barbecue and like the uncles don't have Twitter.
Yeah, you like give them one of those stats and like they're like, hold on, they go grab a beer. They're like, I gotta think about this.
Long ninth inning for the Red Sox. Peyton Tolley's probably not going to get the complete game shutout. Damn it.
I think that's it though.
Anyone else? I mean, you want to do Twins?
No, they can't fucking win the World Series. Stop it.
What about Texas Rangers? Oh,
and your camera cut. That your camera knew that it's over. The video's done. The Rangers cannot win the World Series. Absolutely not.
What about the Marlins?
No, absolutely not. Now we're getting into the chaos stuff.
Camera's dead. Get me out of here.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the Windup. You can follow James on social media at
James Shiano.
I'm Draftneck Mark. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Bye, guys. Can't see me. Bye.